Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. It's Sabrina here. Happy to be here on a Thursday morning for me because I'm in Eastern Standard Time. But welcome to all of you who are joining from various time zones throughout the world. It's so exciting and I'm so happy to have you here. Today is day 3 in our manifestation challenge. And really pumped to be bringing this topic to each and every one of you. I'm here and we're going to be talking about the universal laws. And we're going to be discussing becoming a conscious creator. I love that term. And so everything in the universe, including you, comes down to energy. It comes down to energy, it comes down to frequencies and to vibrations. All of it. These are, what we call universal laws that explains how this all works. And these laws are as real as any other scientific law. And they must be understood in order to consciously create the life that you desire. They must be. So before we get into, I'm going to be talking about 3 of the laws. So some people say there are 12 universal laws. Some people talk about 7. There's a lot of information that you can find out there regarding the universal laws. Hello, Lorraine. Happy to see you here again today. But what I wanted to talk about for the purpose of this particular training are 3 specific laws. Before we get into that, I just wanted to do a quick check-in. So yesterday's training was really powerful. I felt it. And then I had a lot of really good conversations following the training on faith in manifestation. And the homework assignment that was assigned from yesterday, I encourage you once again to all complete this assignment. It's really important because if you embrace it, if you do this task and then you take it one step further and you share it within this community, within this group, it is so powerful. It's so powerful. So it's just a gentle reminder. The workbook and those homework tasks are in place, 1, to hold you accountable, but 2, so that you can begin to apply what it is that you are learning. It's really important. And within the workbook, I also included a gratitude practice, a 7-day template for a gratitude practice. Because you can only attract abundance if you're coming from a place of abundance. And that's going to be one of the laws we talk about here today. So highly encourage you complete, especially the task from yesterday. Share it here into the group. I know Lorraine did. And let's hold each other accountable. The breakthrough activation calls are going fantastic. So thank you for those of you who have booked and where we've had our call, and for those of you who are waiting for your call. I really love how each and every one of you are vulnerable and you're sharing your struggles and where it is that you feel that you need to learn and grow. So this is just a reminder that these calls are included with this training. And I included the link in this video above. So I encourage you, if you have not had a breakthrough activation call, to schedule yours as soon as you are able. And there's going to be 2 more live videos for this training, both at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday and Saturday this week. Okay, so we're here today to talk about how do we use these universal laws to then apply it to our advantage, to then become intentional, to become a conscious creator of our life and of our dreams. And so I am going to speak about 3 laws here today. And the first one I already alluded to. So we're going to talk about the law of attraction. and its counterpart, the law of vibration, because both of those need each other and they go hand in hand. So by utilizing the law of attraction, the reason why you want to understand it is because you will attract into your life, whether it's wanted or unwanted, whatever you give your energy, focus, and attention to. That's what this law states. Individuals are constantly giving off vibrations of energy based on how we're thinking and how we are feeling. Remember how we talked about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind? That's why it's so important to do that internal work, because we are forever giving off this energy. And these vibrations are picked up by the people around us, and they are received by these individuals. And so that's why people say, he has good vibes, right? Or she really gives off some bad energy. That's why we say those things, because we can feel that from individuals. So you are constantly giving off vibrations, literally giving off vibrations. So if you're feeling excited, enthusiastic, passionate, happy, joyful, loving, appreciative, abundant, prosperous, relaxed, and peaceful, you are going to give off those positive vibrations. And on the other hand, if you're feeling bored, anxious, worried, confused, sad, lonely, hurt, angry, resentful, guilty, do any of these resonate? Stressed out, depressed, then you're giving off those negative vibrations. So it's really imperative to pay attention to how we are feeding our conscious and subconscious mind. How are we feeding our spirit? What are we thinking? What are we feeling? And then in turn, how do we behave? And that's where having the knowledge of this particular law is really important, because it helps to explain how your energy can impact everything around you. The law of attraction states that the universe responds to whatever you are offering by giving you more of what you are vibrating. It doesn't care. The universe does not care whether it's good for you or whether it's bad for you. It simply responds to your vibration. So it doesn't make a delineation between the two. It just responds to your vibration. So if you saw the film, The Secret, you saw how this is explained in greater detail. If you've seen the movie The Secret, drop The Secret below. And if you haven't, I would highly encourage you to watch it or even to read the book. And so the problem is that most of the time, we're not aware of what vibration we are offering. We're not aware because we're not being intentional. We're not being intentional. And so you're simply responding to the things outside of you, right? So current events, news, how you perceive that people treat you, the stock market, how much money you're making, your health, how are your children doing in school, whether or not your favorite sports team wins. And then you have a feeling around that. So you have a feeling around these external factors that is either positive or negative. So when you're simply responding unconsciously, when you're not intentional about it, to what happens around you, you tend to stay stuck. You tend to stay stuck in your current condition. That is why most people's lives never really change that much. And that's sometimes why people say they have bad luck or nothing ever good happens to them. Well, if they stay stuck in a negative vibration, it's no wonder. It has nothing to do with luck. It has to do with choice. It has to do with intentionality. They get stuck in a repeating cycle of recreating the same reality over and over and over again because of the vibration that they are sending out. So you're essentially a victim of your lack of awareness surrounding the law of attraction. Absolutely, Lorraine. I've been stuck too. It's easy to get stuck in that perpetual cycle. But that's where it's important for us to do the work, to do the self-reflection, and to begin to be intentional, to understand what triggers us, to understand where our negative core beliefs are and how we can intentionally change them, how we can intentionally reprogram them. So this law, I feel, is one of the most important laws. If none other, if you can wrap your head around the law of attraction and the law of vibration, and you can intentionally begin to become aware of it and apply it to your life so that it impacts you in a positive manner, then this would be the law that I would suggest that you focus on. It is absolutely, Lorraine, one of the most important universal laws. The second law that I want to talk about and that I want to share is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, right? Or you can call it, the law that pertains to the continual changing of energy. And so this builds on the law of attraction and the law of vibration. So this particular law states that energy can neither be created nor can it be destroyed. It's limitless. Energy is limitless and inexhaustible. It is always there. It is always surrounding us. It's stated that energy of the universe is always moving and transmuting into and out of form. So energy is around us. It flows through us. It's always changing. Always changing. This law of nature further tells us that it's always in a state of motion. So it doesn't sit still. So it's always changing form, changing shape. It flows through you and for you. It's always moving. It will take one form, then it moves to another form, but it's always in motion and it never stands still. So this law relates to the universe and our consciousness. And it does that through the realization that everything seen and unseen is constantly changing. So everything that we see or that we don't see is constantly changing. And we can harness this energy, and this is where it's key. So we can harness this energy and transform it into whatever it is that we desire. Because energy is all around us and it flows through us. So this is the power of this particular law. We can transform this energy. So we then realize that the energy that is with us, in the moment can be focused. It can be focused towards good. And then the things around us and within us, if we focus this energy towards good, then it will all change for the better. Because that is where we are focusing our attention. The energy that is flowing into our consciousness constantly constantly. We transform this energy into whatever we choose. And we do this through our focus of attention in that moment. In that moment. It's very important. So the formless energy is then shaped by our minds. It's shaped by our minds. I have actually a really just simple example of this. Very simple example. The other day, I was playing snakes and ladders with my children. And you have to roll the dice. I don't know if you're familiar with snakes and ladders, but you have dice and you go up this board and there's ladders that take you up and snakes that take you down. And so I would roll the dice and I would shout out a number over and over and over again. And no word of a lie, every single time, the number rolled on the dice. So much so that my children wanted me to start taking videos of this happening. That is a very simple example of how I transformed my energy. I used the power of my mind to obtain what I wanted. Very simple, very simple. And that is the power of manifestation, where you use this energy to transform what you want in the physical world. It's very powerful. If you have ever experienced this, you may not have realized that this is what it was. Let us know. Share your experiences in the comments below. The third and final law that I wanted to talk about here today for this particular purpose is the law of cause and effect. And it's really simple. It really is simple. Because for every effect in your life, there is a specific cause. That's essentially the principle of this particular law. So sometimes it's been referred to actually as the iron law of the universe. Ralph Waldo Emerson called this law of cause and effect, he called it the law of laws. So it's been referred in different ways, but essentially it's the law of cause and effect. And this law decrees that whatever you send into the universe comes back. So action and reaction are equal and opposite. That's what this law states. So the premise of this law is that everything happens for a reason. It happens for you. There are no accidents. There are no accidents with this law. We live in an orderly universe. In an orderly universe that is governed by these natural laws. So what we can conclude from this law is that everything in life is affected by the way you deal with your thoughts and the subsequent emotions and feelings and behaviors that happen after that. So it's impossible to deny that the more negative thoughts you allow to invade your space, the more negative thoughts you allow to control your feelings, and the more negative actions that you engage in, and the more negative people that you allow into your life and influence you, the more likely you are going to be unhappy and not fulfill your potential. It's very powerful. And when I discuss fulfilling your potential and success, I'm not necessarily always referring to money and material gain. That can be part of it for some people. But I'm also talking about living a life that matters to you, whatever that life looks like. I'm talking about doing the things that you enjoy. Being around people that bring you joy. Feeling feeling motivated to get up in the morning and engaging in your daily routine, no matter how seemingly small or irrelevant the task is that lays ahead? That's what I'm referring to. The easiest thing in life is to make excuses, to blame everyone else, sometimes just to blame life itself. It's the easiest default. Who has ever done that before? Who has ever gone to excuses, blaming someone else, or maybe even blaming life itself? Who's done that? Put blame in the comments below if you've done that before. One of the hardest things that we do is to look in the mirror and take full responsibility. It's one of the hardest things. When we look in the mirror, it becomes easy. It becomes easy to see that there are things that we continue to do that cause us to remain in a cycle of unhappiness, frustration, and unease. Thank you for sharing, Lorraine. I did as well. And mirror work, I don't think I've mentioned this in this training, but mirror work is really powerful. If you're looking in the mirror as you try to do certain things, whether it's affirmations, whether it's you're even just questioning why are things not working for you, and you're looking in the mirror as you're doing that, that can be very powerful. I would recommend trying that. And so again, with this law and with all other laws, I hope that you can see a theme, that there is a requirement that you need to become intentionally focused. You need to become aware, self-aware, and aware of your surroundings. Because the more intentional you are, the more focused you are, then you will be equipped with the ability to be able to change, because you will begin to recognize and realize where changes need to happen for you. So how do we take this knowledge of the universal laws and then apply it to becoming more intentional, right? How do we take it to become that conscious creator that we're talking about here? First and foremost, the secret sauce is, to become that person you were born to be. You were born to be this person. It comes down to gaining a deeper understanding of who you are. That's why we started this training with looking at your vision, looking at your purpose, looking at faith and how to challenge your fears. You need to understand all of that. You need to understand what drives you and what holds you back from that drive. There is power in understanding who you are and who you have the potential to become. And this can be done by becoming more aware and evaluating your daily thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and behaviors. It is these 4 elements, daily thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and behaviors, which mold our character and they mold our future. Those 4 elements. So you need to be consistent. You need to understand how it is that you think and feel and behave. By increasing your self-awareness, you are going to develop the ability to notice when you're having negative thoughts and emotions, which are not serving the highest version of yourself. Remember how we talked about our brain is a muscle. We need to exercise it. So the more you practice it, the more consistent you are, the more it will become second nature. That will then become your default. And that's a wonderful default to have in your programming because it helps you to become more intentional and focused. Being the highest version of yourself, it really consists of thinking, acting, and behaving in accordance with the best person that you can possibly be. And then I would say to 10 times that, because we always downgrade the best version that we can possibly be. We always say, oh, I could only be here, when in reality, you could be up here. Who's recognized that? Who recognizes that they're always downgrading? They're always saying, I can't achieve this. That's you. Drop a wave below. I'm here to tell you you can, and that's why I'm saying you need to 10 times it. Secondly, to live life to the best of our ability, we have to have that compelling vision for our future. That's why you're 10 timesing it. You have to develop a vision for your future. This is crucial. It's crucial because it can help you gain clarity. A mind that has clarity can then be focused and move forward. Right? Because it helps you understand where you want to go. Clarity is power. So when you become clear on your goals, when you know why you want them, then you will do everything in your power to make it happen. You will. But the vision and the why needs to be strong. Many of us feel as if we don't have enough. So that's why my last point is that gratitude is the key. Gratitude is the key that unlocks happiness and success in all chapters of your life. And I feel so strongly about this that that's why I included that gratitude practice in the workbook. Because we often feel that we don't have enough. We often feel that we need more to be happy. Right? But it doesn't have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. If you have a roof over your head, if you have clothes on your back, food in your stomach, and family and friends that care about you, then you're more blessed than you think. You're more blessed than you think. And a way to bring more blessings into your awareness is by expressing gratitude. My morning and evening routine, I express gratitude intentionally. I don't just say it, I write it out. Because there's something about putting pen to paper that makes them so much more intentional. So you need to get a practice of gratitude. So if you begin to apply this knowledge consistently every single day, you can become a conscious creator of your life. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You can understand that everything doesn't happen to you. It does not happen to you. Everything happens for you, through you. I'm going to say that again. Everything in life does not happen to you. It happens for you, through you. Nothing is created or destroyed. Creation is actually already done. You don't even have to worry about creating anything. It's already done. You just need to align with what has already been created for you. This is really powerful stuff. You just need to align with it. So, are you ready? Are you ready to align with your creation? I ask you. Are you ready? Are you ready to go all in and work with me on your journey to becoming a conscious creator? If you are ready to take the leap of faith, if you are ready to put yourself first, drop conscious creator in the comments below. So, what I will say to each and every one of you is tomorrow we are going to be talking about manifestation in decision making and in action. But I actually have a really, really special and exciting announcement that I'm going to be making tomorrow. And so enrollment is going to be opening for my coaching program. But I have something exciting that I'm going to be announcing that has been in the works for a little bit now. So I would encourage you, over and above being excited to attend these trainings and receive this learning, to really, really hop into that live tomorrow, because I'm excited for what's to come. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Sabrina.